I'm gonna do the Pause OC challenge to create some new OCs, because I definitely don't have enough OCs. No one can have enough OCs, but just drawing them is boring, so I'm gonna give them lore, and I'm gonna rank each characters on the scale of I'm drawing them again, down to get them out of my face. Okay, enough with the Yaparodi, let's get into it. Alright, so we're gonna start with the challenge by Carolyn on TikTok. Make sure to check them out, link in the description. I chose to do this one first because it's a fairy edition. So we know it's bound to be good and majestic. The features that I got were this anime mom hairstyle, this butterfly-esque wings, this love-shaped antenna, which is so cute, a celestial theme, and for her eyes, I got these long-ass Trixie Mattel lashes. So everything's cute so far. But then I got the sharp teeth. I was really mad. But you know what? It's a challenge after all. I feel like I kinda got lucky because the features kinda go well together, except for the sharp teeth. Look at her, she's so beautiful. I don't want to taint her with the sharp teeth. No offense to sharp teeth people though. I drew her in this beautiful two-piece dress. I made it super flowy to sort of convey a soft vibe to her character. I was literally putting no pressure on my pen while drawing her because I wanted her to be very soft, very demure, very mindful. You know, I don't really draw female characters that much. Some of you guys have pointed that out. So I'm really happy that I get to draw a girl this time. Matter of fact, all the characters in this video are girls. This is for all my ladies who don't get hyped enough. I was really worried to do line art because she looks so gorgeous already in the sketch. I even thought of just cleaning up the sketch and using that instead of doing line art. I've never done that before because my sketches are a mess. And I actually like doing line art. It's the most fun part of drawing. Oh my god, who said that? I don't know, I just love the clean lines. I love everything to be clean. Well, except for my room, I guess. And my tablet screen. And the music I listen to. Okay, you know what? Maybe not everything. Alright, with the line art done, let's get into the lore! As soon as I saw the celestial theme, I knew right away what to do with her lore. If you have frequented my channel before, you may or may not be aware of my OC, Percy the Star Mailman. Can you see where this is going? So my idea is that she is a princess of one of the stars. Listen, I know stars are hot, but please suspend disbelief for 1 second. In this lore, stars are magical planets for magical people. I don't know, I haven't really explored this much yet. So the story is, Princess is a princess of a star, and she always wanted to experience life outside of the palace. She loves seeing the other star people flying in space, making shooting stars. Yes, in this story, the shooting stars that we see on Earth are actually the star people flying around in space in the speed of light. Thank you Artistic IVC, by the way, for letting me steal your idea. But flying is quite dangerous though. Ask Percy, he's been in a couple of accidents. However, Princess is curious and wants to experience what it feels like to fly freely in the sky. Her parents of course disapprove of this, as she is the crown princess and will inherit the throne. Obviously, they don't want anything to happen to her. And also because she's their daughter, they don't want her to get hurt. But one day, a mailman came to the palace to deliver some mails. The princess had a conversation with the mailman named Percy. She tells him about her dream of going out and experience the outside. Percy is horrified, telling her his experience with flying. But Princess is undeterred. She wants to experience getting hurt. It's a part of living, she says. So they come up with an idea. The next day, Percy brought his spare uniform, and the princess dressed up as a mailman to sneak out of the palace. Percy taught her how to fly, and soon enough, she became even better than Percy at flying. I mean, that's not really a high bar to pass. The student has become the master. And the rest of the story is gonna follow their daily shenanigans flying around and delivering mail. So, that's her lore. What do you guys think? Am I cooking? And just like that, we are done with the first character. Overall, I love this design so much. She is so gorgeous and majestic. But how do I rank her though? Okay, from the scale of I'm gonna draw her again to get her out of my face, it's obviously gonna be I'm gonna draw her again because look at her, she's beautiful. But when I draw her in the future, I'm gonna make some changes. First of all, the sharp teeth is gone. I feel like I didn't even feature it as prominent here anyways. I would also get rid of her antenna and wings. So yeah, she's not a fairy anymore. I can't wait to draw her more. I want to see her in the mailman outfit. Also, if you guys have any name suggestions, please share with me in the comments. I'm genuinely tweaking, like I don't know what to name her. I'm horrible with names. I was literally gonna call her Star. So yeah. And you know what? To encourage you guys to comment, starting next video, I'm gonna feature the comments with the names that I pick, or if I ask a question, I will pick an answer that I like. Not because I want engagement, well, that too, but this time I genuinely don't know what to call her. Please help me. Alright, let's move on to the next character. Okay, we're moving on to the next challenge. It's made by the queen herself, Lavender Town. So the features that I got were the skull iris shape, this underbite, overbite, fangs, the eye bags, that's literally how my eyes look like right now, elf ears, a halo, this hairstyle, this outfit, and a tail. Let's get to drawing. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right away, I completely forgot about the halo, so I didn't include it in the character. Oops, I'm so sorry. So the first thing that came to my mind with all these features was a demonish figure. I feel like that's why I forgot the halo, because I already pictured demon in my head. And the thing is, I misunderstood a lot of the features. First of all, this outfit, I think it's supposed to be like a farm outfit with the overall, right? Well, I thought it's like a business suit. I don't know how I got to that. To be fair, I did this late at night. I was really curious to see how this would turn out because I feel like Mia in Lavender Town has such a different art style. One thing that I was concerned with was the iris. Lavender Town draws her character's eyes big. I do a more realistic-ish proportion, so I was scared that these skulls weren't gonna be visible at all. If you guys have watched my old art tour video, I mentioned that Lavender Town was like my biggest inspiration when it comes to art. I had a whole Lavender Town phase that lasted for like a couple of years. I've seen other artists talking about like their art phases. You know, some of them had Homestuck phase or like Eddsworld phase, anime phase. What about you guys? Did you have like any art phases? Because I feel like everyone must have had one at one point. So I'm not gonna share her lore just yet because I'm gonna put her in a battle with the next character. You will see what I mean later. Let's move on to the final character and I'll explain everything. Alright, so for the final character, I followed the challenge by the Sam Does Art. So the features I got were scars all over the body, this big YN eyes, this beautiful hairstyle, this steampunk outfit which is gonna cover the scars anyways, red eye color, and this sort of majestic jewelry and ornaments, and also elf ears. So let's start drawing. So I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this character and the character previously kind of have got similar-ish features, mainly with the elf ears and the suit, even though the previous characters wasn't supposed to be a suit. So I drew her as another demon figure, and I'm putting her and the previous character, we need to call them something. Okay, let's call the previous character A and this character B. I told you, I'm horrible with names. Also, this is just a placeholder name. I'm not calling them A and B. I'm putting A and B in a battle. I'm gonna give them the same lore, but with different roles. And by the end, I'm gonna pick one ultimate character who's going to be used in the lore. The other character will be sent to the pit of doom. I'm just kidding. I'll probably just make the loser a side character. So, what is the lore? I already have an existing story with demons. I'm just gonna give a brief summary. Watch this video if you want to know the full lore. The setting is hell. The humans in hell are being tortured by demons. But the system of sorting humans into heaven and hell is broken. And with the complexity of the modern world, it's easier to commit sins and bad deeds. So more humans are being put in hell. And that causes the worker demons to be overworked. So a group of rebel demons are revolting to change the system. And that's the basic gist of the lore. But where do A and B fit? Well, I needed an antagonist, a character who is a ploy to the rebel group's plan to change the system. This character will be a higher up demon who oversees the operation in hell, the operation being the torture of humans. and she objects to the change of the system. She loves torturing humans, but since she's a higher up, she doesn't really do the dirty work herself, she just orders demons around. So she doesn't experience the overworking that the worker demons experience. Character A will be a classic strict figure. I mean, look at her. She's by the book, she's old school, and you don't want to piss her off. While character B is more of an inventor. Maybe she invented a lot of the torture devices. I don't know, since she got a steampunk outfit, I figured I'd make her an inventor. So that is pretty much the lore. I'm still working on it, so I'm sorry if it's a bit rough. But the ultimate question is, who am I going to pick? Well, let's rank both of them first. Character A. Am I gonna draw her again? Or do I want her out of my face? I actually love the design. It's a bit simple though, but overall, I do love it. Like, I actually love the colors. So I'm gonna say that I'll draw her again, but I'm gonna make a couple changes. How about character B? I don't really like her that much. I love the design elements. She's definitely a little bit more detailed than A, but I'm not really a fan of her colors. So I would rank her get out of my face. Which means the winner is character A. Congratulations! But wait, I want to know what you guys think. Do you like A or B more? Let me know in the comments. After creating 3 characters from the Pause OC challenge, what do I feel about it? It's really fun. I think it's a good way to come up with character design if you're having like a creative block. My favorite is definitely the Celestial Princess, but let me know your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye!